I have a second channel, Cube Comp MTDX. Hey everybody. With it almost being New Year's 2020, it's been roughly 2 years since I last did the major upgrade on the Mid-Tower Lux, going from the AMD FX 8120 to the AMD Ryzen 7 1700X platform. And when I did this upgrade, I replaced some water cooling system components. I replaced the water block as well as the water pump. And I spent quite a bit of money on the rest of the hardware for this thing. I mean, it was a almost all-out upgrade. Everything except for, I think, a few hard drives. You know, the 4 hard drives in there got replaced. And a few expansion cards and such. So I was already spending, I think, close to $800 to $1,000 on all this hardware back then. And the water pump that was attached to this Thermaltake coolant reservoir was on its last legs. I got these components, at least what's left of it, from a part system years ago. And if I were to guess, this reservoir and the original pump were probably from 2006 or 2007. And it was part of a Thermaltake Big Water 735 liquid cooling system kit. And I wanted to find a pump that would fit this reservoir pretty well, but I wasn't really feeling like spending $60 to $80 on, let's say, something from Thermaltake or SwiftTech or something like that. Water cooling pumps can be quite expensive. So when I was on the internet looking around at stuff, I happened to come across the generic SC-600 water pump, which costs a whopping $23 even as of today on Amazon. And I was like, should I try it? Well, I decided to give it a go. I replaced the old water pump with this one, and 2 years of nearly non-stop use. I mean, just listen to it. It's still running good as new. No issues at all. Last year in October, so in 2018 October, I had to flush out the cooling system because the Primo Chill PC Ice coolant that I bought when I did the upgrade here did not have any anti-algae agents included in it like it claimed to have had. So I had to flush the system out, get all the algae out of it, and I replaced it with a mixture of distilled water and automotive antifreeze, this traditional green. It's mixed to 25% antifreeze coolant to 75% distilled. More or less, I took a 50-50 premix antifreeze coolant and mixed it half with distilled water. I did it like this because of course I had extra coolant on hand for my Jeep, because I do have to top it off every once in a while. But so I happen to have some on hand, and that's what I used. And I say the pump seems happier with that than it did with the PC Ice. The PC Ice, there was a little bit of chatter from the pump, but not too bad. The PC Ice was actually thinner. This stuff here is a little thicker. And I got the reservoir and the pump sitting on this foam here, which helps isolate noise from the rest of the system. It would be quite noisy if I had it laying straight on top of the system. But got it sitting on this foam, and you can't even hear it. It's so quiet. So if you look carefully, you can probably see the coolant moving around in there. So yeah, I picked this pump off. I got this pump on eBay when I bought it. Roughly the same price they're selling it now on Amazon. You know, around the $20 to $25 range, something like that. Pump has a 3-pin connector. It plugs straight into your motherboard on a fan header or a dedicated water pump header if you have one like that. This one's actually running off of the fan header, and I actually have my radiator fans running off the water pump. Reason why is because this motherboard, for the fan header, you'd have to have a 4-pin fan to regulate the speed, whereas the water pump header you could use just a 3. It would actually regulate either with the 4th BWM pin, or it can regulate the voltage itself. So that's why I got it set up this way. So that's why the system's nice and quiet now. But yeah, this pump has not only met my expectations, I'd say it's exceeded them. You know, for what you would pay for this thing, I mean, $20-something. It's a bargain. It's a steal. I mean, the thing has been working perfectly fine for nearly 2 years. Well, yeah, almost exactly 2 years now. This system, for those who don't know, it never shuts off unless we have a power outage. Other than that, it's running. It stays on, and the pump runs at full speed at all times. I don't have it set to where it slows down the water pump at all. It just runs at full speed, wide open, and it's been running, like I say, just fine. So, needless to say, if you're looking for a decent water pump and not wanting to spend a whole bunch of money, I'd say this one right here would do it. And speaking of, I forgot to mention, the heat output of this thing is not bad at all. I mean, it gets a little warm, and also it depends on how hot the coolant is too, but it gets us a little warm, not too bad. But I'd say if you're looking for something that's decent and reliable, turns out you don't have to spend a whole bunch of money to get it. I mean, this thing here is about as generic as it can get. It does not have a brand on it. Now, some of the ones you find on Amazon and eBay have a brand, but they're just... It's kind of like my action cameras. One is branded DB Power and the other is branded Run Me. However, they're made by a different OEM out of China, kind of like this here. The only thing you can really identify these things by is the part number, the SC-600. And the rest of that is pretty much Chinese. Maybe the 1708 is a serial number, I don't know for sure, but I mean, so this one came with this little mounting bracket. Now, I don't think all of them do. Some of them don't. So that's something to keep in mind. And I should also mention that when you go to buy fittings for this thing, which it didn't come with any fittings, you want to use fittings that have a shallow thread in them. These actually did not. So these were not threaded all the way to where the O-ring would actually meet up. So what I did there was I used Teflon tape around the threads, and I also did it here, and it's been fine. No issues, no leaks, nothing like that. So yeah, 2 years later since I installed this thing, it's still going just as good as new. So anyways, that is an update on this water pump. 2 years in, still going perfectly strong like the day I installed it. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Well guys, that's it for this one. But it doesn't have to be. There's plenty more videos on the channel to check out. Also, if you liked the video, please click the like button. And if you absolutely hated it, there is the alternative button as well. But yeah, please subscribe to the channel. I definitely appreciate it. And remember to click the bell so that we get notified of all updates. Also, if you're interested in things aside from computers and technology, check out my second channel. It's CubeComp MTDX. Over there you'll find videos about weather, elevators, bicycling, and pretty much whatever else I figure out to upload. So yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for your support.